Most men don't lose women because they're bad men. They lose women because they make small dating mistakes that quietly destroy attraction, and they don't even see it happening. And the worst part is, when the relationship finally breaks, the man sits there thinking, what did I even do wrong? If you're a man trying to understand modern dating, you should probably subscribe now. Not because I need it, but because most men never get honest explanations about this. And the more you understand this world, the less confused you become. Here's the painful truth most men never realize. Dating mistakes rarely look like mistakes while you're making them. They feel like love. They feel like effort. They feel like you're doing the right thing. But here's what men don't realize. The same things you think will make her appreciate you can slowly make her lose attraction for you. And that one mistake is what ruins everything. Let me show you how this usually begins. You meet a woman you really like. She's beautiful, interesting, maybe funny. Conversations feel easy at first. She laughs at your jokes, she replies fast, she sends emojis. Everything feels natural. Inside your mind, something starts happening. You begin thinking, I don't want to mess this up. So you start trying harder. You text more. You reply faster. You become more careful about what you say. And your mind keeps whispering something quietly. If I just show her I'm a good guy, she'll choose me. But wait, this is where many men lose attraction without knowing, because attraction does not grow from pressure. It grows from emotional space. And when a man becomes too careful too early, something subtle changes. The dynamic shifts. Now let's look at a small moment that happens in real life. You send her a message. She doesn't reply for 3 hours. Your brain starts running. Did I say something wrong? Is she talking to another guy? Maybe I should send another text. So you send something small, like, hey, everything okay? Now your energy is different. Your chest feels tight. Your mind keeps checking the phone. Your mood changes depending on whether she replies. But here's what men don't realize. When your emotional state becomes dependent on her responses, the balance of attraction quietly shifts. You're no longer choosing her, you're hoping she chooses you. And women can feel that difference, not because women are evil or manipulative, but because human beings respond to emotional strength. Let me explain something important. When a man first meets a woman, attraction is often based on curiosity. She's curious about you, who you are, what you think, how you move through the world. But curiosity disappears when everything becomes predictable. And this is where many men make the second big dating mistake: over-availability. Not kindness, not respect, availability. There is a difference. Kindness is attractive, respect is necessary, but emotional over-availability too early sends a signal your brain doesn't realize you're sending. It quietly says, my life revolves around your attention. And wait, this is where you lose her without knowing, because when attraction disappears, it rarely disappears loudly. It fades quietly. She starts replying slower, her messages become shorter, the energy becomes different, and you start feeling something strange in your chest. Confusion, because nothing obvious happened, but something changed. And this is where many men make mistake number 3. They try to fix attraction with more effort. They text more, they compliment more, they try to be more supportive, they start proving themselves. But here's the truth that hits hard. Attraction rarely returns because of effort. It returns because of emotional position. Let me explain this clearly. Imagine 2 men. The first man is constantly proving himself. He's explaining everything. He's trying to keep her happy. He's adjusting his behavior to avoid losing her. The second man is calm. He likes her, but his life is still moving. His mood doesn't collapse if she replies late. His plans don't revolve around her schedule. He's interested, but he's not chasing validation. Now here's the question many men never ask themselves. Which man feels more emotionally stable? And which man feels like he's trying to hold on to something? Women feel that difference, not through logic, through emotional sensing. And this leads to one of the most painful dating mistakes men make. They start negotiating their own dignity. Maybe she cancels a date last minute. You say, no problem. Maybe she replies only when she's bored. You say, that's okay. Maybe she disappears for 2 days and comes back casually. You accept it. But here's what men don't realize. Every time you tolerate something that doesn't sit right with your chest, your self-respect quietly shrinks, and attraction rarely grows towards someone who keeps shrinking himself. Let's talk about another moment that happens often. You're at a birthday party with her friends. Someone asks how you two met. She jokes lightly about you chasing her first. Everyone laughs. Maybe it's harmless, but something inside your chest tightens. You feel slightly reduced. You smile anyway because you don't want to look insecure. But here's the hidden problem. Many men swallow these moments. They tell themselves they're being mature. But attraction between two people is deeply connected to respect. And respect grows when a man carries quiet boundaries. Not anger, not aggression, just calm standards. For example, instead of laughing everything off, a man who respects himself might simply say something calm later. Hey, that joke earlier didn't sit well with me. I'm fine with humor, but not when it makes me look small. No drama, no shouting, just clarity. And here's what many men don't realize. Women often test emotional stability without planning to, not consciously, but instinctively. They watch how you react to pressure. They watch how you handle small disrespect. They watch how steady you remain when things are uncertain. And this is where many men fail. They either become too passive or too reactive. Both destroy attraction. One looks weak, the other looks unstable. But the man who stays calm and grounded sends a completely different signal. He's not trying to dominate, he's simply showing he knows who he is. And that brings us to another dating mistake that destroys relationships quietly: losing your own life. You stop seeing friends as often, you start canceling your hobbies, you adjust your schedule constantly around her, and slowly your world becomes smaller. But the irony is, the very things that made you attractive in the beginning start disappearing: your independence, your focus, your direction. And wait, this is where many men wake up too late, because once attraction drops below a certain level, it's very hard to rebuild. Not impossible, but much harder. So what should a man actually do? First, slow down your emotional investment. Interest should grow gradually, not explode in the first 2 weeks. Second, keep your life moving: your work, your friends, your fitness, your routines. A relationship should add to your life, not replace it. Third, pay attention to patterns, not isolated moments. If someone repeatedly shows low effort, believe the pattern. Fourth, protect your emotional dignity. You don't need to argue or lecture, but you can calmly step back from dynamics that feel disrespectful. And finally, stop trying to impress someone into loving you. Healthy attraction grows when two people choose each other, not when one person constantly proves their worth. Let me leave you with something simple. Dating is not about convincing someone to stay. It's about observing who naturally meets you with the same energy. So starting this week, try 3 small changes. First, stop over-texting. Let conversations breathe. Second, keep your plans and routines even when you're dating someone new. Third, if something feels off, address it calmly instead of ignoring it. You can say something simple like, "I like spending time with you, but I don't do mixed signals. If you're interested, let's keep things clear." Or, "I'm not in a rush, but I'm also not here for confusion. I prefer straightforward energy." No pressure, no chasing, just clarity. Because the real shift most men need to make is this: stop trying to become the man she won't leave. Become the man who walks away from dynamics that don't respect him. And when you make that shift, something interesting happens. You stop dating from fear, and you start dating from choice. That's when everything becomes clearer.